walked in darkness, my home was the night. They came into my life, showed me brilliant light.
Welcome to a scorching Caversham Heath in the beautiful Berkshire countryside. It's the PentaHotels Championship, and it is my pleasure, as always, to introduce my partner in crime, John E. Morgan. John, you've been out on the course, you've been chatting to the players. What have they been telling you about the setup?
Well, they're in amazement how good these greens are. I mean, for the weather that we're having, how bacon hot it is, you know, they're well watered, they're running as smooth as you like, they're true to their word. They're really topsy-turvy out there. They say if you can putt well on these, you can putt well anywhere. John,
we've been blessed with incredible weather. The first couple of the rounds well up there into the mid 30 degrees. What kind of challenges does that pose for the players?
Well, big challenges. I mean, it's a pretty hilly golf course in places, and the guys are going to have to stay really hydrated. I mean, we've got lots of water around the golf course, so yeah, there's no excuses there. Hopefully a few bananas, a bit of potassium to keep them going round as well, keep the energy levels up. And yeah, I mean, it's a beautiful golf course, so Kit, you know, the standard of play is great out there.
John, thank you as always. So all the ingredients are here. Let's hand you over to the commentary team for a sizzling final round.
Thanks, Kit. We're at the midpoint of the season, and this is the current Race to Desert Spring standings. The likes of Richard Mansell and Alfie Plant are looking good to fill one of the 5 promotion spots to the Challenge Tour for 2020. But with 8 counting events left, there's still much to play for. So let the second half of the campaign commence. This PentaHotels Championship is absolutely wide open, and with 4 birdies in the opening 6 holes, John Ross Galbraith finds himself 11 under and in the mix. But even that start was put in the shade by Jack South. The West Midlander, rounding 66 on day 2, made 4 birdies in the first 5 holes, then an eagle on the 6th. The general level of scoring is outstanding, and also taking advantage of perfect conditions, Bradley Moore, with birdies on the 1st, 4th, and there at the 5th. The early holes here at Caversham Heath have been kind all week to Robert Burleson, and nothing has changed today. And adding to the congestion on the leaderboard, there's Pavan Sagu from Ealing Golf Club, who more than compensated for a bogey on the 2nd with a quartet of birdies in the first third of his final round. South leads the way with 12 players stationed within 3 of the pace, being set by the man from Hagley Golf Club, who's missed only 1 cut in 9 starts so far this season. And John, what about Robert Burleson, who started with 4 consecutive birdies?
I mean, unbelievable. 5 under for the first 6 holes. Relentless golf out the left rough here. Tall high flying shot in amongst the clouds. Oh, gives a nice big hop forward to the back of the green.
It's an absolute birdie fest out here today. Marco Penge is 2 under par through the first 4 holes, and another prime opportunity here as well. He's got just 96 yards to a pin that's tucked in the back right. Absolutely no future right of this pin, but there is a slope just left of it, so he can play it safer and let the undulations of the green just feed it in.
Well, we know that Penge is a player who can go extremely low, John, and these good greens this week suiting him as well.
Yeah, definitely. Scott, see this tall high flying shot. See what if he does exactly what Kit said. Didn't get the hop required, but the greens, the putting surfaces are mint round this track. Players are loving them.
Yeah, when you've got greens as good as this, guys can hole putts from everywhere if they get their eye in. Now Burleson for yet another birdie at the 7th. Move a little bit from right to left this one, down the hill.
Knee knocker coming back now, Scotty.
Yeah, a little bit of work left in that one.
Sam Locke playing in the final group with Penge and Callum Fife. He started with 3 pars, then made a birdie on 4. Normally, that's good, but today he's being left behind.
Yeah, it is, Phil, and look at that one, singing and all, dancing around the flag.
Well, that should just be a tap-in birdie for Locke.
Well, here we are at the fabulous 6th, par 5, 554 yards, this little beauty. Little bunker in the middle of the fairway, might catch a few balls along this week. You know, it's about 315 to reach, 325 to carry. I think if you just skirt with that a little bit like my ball did, you're in A1 position. I mean, difficult green though. Runs adjacent with the 16th, so it's a big double green, big pond just shy of this green as well. So that is something that you've got to contend with. Slightly block it and a little bit shy, you swim in. Anything shy on line for the pin, that's on the left-hand side today, you swim in. Bunker as well on the left, not an easy target to go at, but it is down breeze. These boys are able to take it on, get a big one down there, and I'm going in with a 7-iron from about 188 yards. Just watch me go. And that is right at it. Be the club now, just be the club. That's all it needs to be. It's over, it's on the green, got a slick downhiller from probably 25 feet. You take it.
At 552 yards, this is the lengthiest hole on the course, and more, well, he's targeting a 3rd straight birdie.
Yeah, hasn't been able to get up in 2. Left himself straightforward wedge shot in here. Looking to get this one tight, and that's a stunner. Just shaving the hole. Coming right back. That should be a virtually guaranteed birdie.
Amazing shot there. Now Burleson to tidy up his par at 7. Just like this putt up. Oh no. And that's come out of nowhere. I mean, that was a 20-footer for birdie. Now he's got a 1.5 putt for bogey.
Yeah, a bit of a shocker there. Now Towndrow. First look at this young man today. Again with a little wedge into the par 5. Looking for a skip up. A pretty good effort there. 6 or 7 feet for his birdie.
So far, Callum Fife treading water. 4 pars to begin with. But the trend is good. Birdie at last.
Now Towndrow. We saw the wedge shot in. This for his birdie. Got to make these ones today on the par 5s. And he does.
He's a big lad, isn't he, Scott?
I was just thinking that. He's very tall indeed. Now Penge. Just about 2.5, 3 feet here for par. Oof, that took a dive. A lot of movement on that one from short range, John.
It was, wasn't it? Now, brilliant shot in by Moore. The 6th hole, this for birdie. Yes, nicely done.
South stays in front just with Moore and Sam Locke now breathing down his neck. The leader's next test is the shortest hole on this Caversham Heath course, 155 yards.
Yeah, lovely par 3, this 8th. Staring it down, bunkers wrapping itself around this green at the front portion of it. To a high ball flight, landing it nice and softly, and well, that's a decent chance now from there, as true as these greens are.
Yeah, guys just taking dead aim really from this sort of distance, John. Perfect conditions,
Yeah,
virtually no breeze.
Yeah, it'd be no more than a 9-iron here, Scott, for the players. And that's kept it below the hole. That'd be a slow putt up the hill.
There's Sagu, second shot to 7. Again, short iron in. Really aiming or adding to the low scoring if the guys can get it fired in close, but that one is well short, and that is a monster putt up the green there. Little shake of the head.
Best result of the season so far for South, tied 9th at the Cobra Puma Next Level Championship. He's on course for something considerably better today.
He is indeed, Phil. Man on a mission, you feel. He's got spring in his step, and also lots of confidence coming from that previous event. Sagu from, well, at least 60, 70 feet away here, Scotty.
Yeah, I mean, the good thing is the greens have got some speed in them. Don't have to hit it too firm. That's a very good effort from there. He'll be delighted with that.
Now Burleson has, well, ripped his first putt. A good 3-4 foot pass this to save his par, and that's, oh my goodness, back-to-back holes, 3 putts. Try and wipe that one from the memory bank.
Yeah, and when it's a day of low scoring, you just know that any bogey feels like it's setting you back more than just the one shot. Now Sagu, this little one just to clean out. Oh, he's up and out of it. Didn't like it at all from the off, and that is a 3-putt bogey.
A lock from the left side of the fairway here at 6th. Trouble off the tee, he's had to lay up. This is 3rd shot now over the water, back left pin. Oh, did that clip the flag on the way past? I think it did.
Contrasting fortunes for Penge on this front nine this week. Out in 40 on day 1. Yesterday, took 30 shots on the front nine. Ooh. He had an amazing spell from the 4th. He was 6 under for 5 holes.
Yeah, that's some seriously good golf there.
He's been playing some seriously good golf all year. Came so close to winning at Dudsbury. Also a top 5 at Portal. He's knocking on the door. There's no doubt about that.
You've got your girlfriend Sophie on the bag this week. She's also a professional golfer. How different is that dynamic when she's carrying your bag and you're not just pushing it yourself?
It obviously makes things a lot easier when she's obviously carrying my bag, but no, just having her here in general just obviously makes things a lot more relaxed, and you know I don't get that much time to spend with her, so when I can spend time with her, obviously we have a great time together, and yeah, she cracks me up on the course.
How valuable is her knowledge and input as a fellow pro as well?
Yeah, on the greens is quite a big factor. You know, most caddies on like this tour aren't the greatest on the greens. I'm obviously not sure what they're like out on tour, but I take it they're pretty good. So you know, when I'm unsure on something, it's always nice to have her opinion on it, and yeah, I can kind of figure out from there.
Earlier this week you went along with her to the Berenberg Gary Player Invitational at Wentworth, a big charity day. You went to the gala dinner mixing with the likes of Gary Player, Tom Watson, Ian Woosnam, Sam Torrance, legends of the game. What was that like to meet them, and what were you chatting about?
Yeah, you know, it was obviously great to be around them guys who obviously, you know, they were the top of the game when they played. You know, I had a chat with Tom Watson and just got a few little tips off him, and had a good long chat with Woozy and Torrance as well, and they're awesome guys, and I was obviously lucky enough to watch Ian play 9 holes because he played with Soph. Yeah, he's probably one of the best ball strikers I've ever seen, still at his age now. So yeah, it's obviously great to be around them and hear what they have to say about their games and the game in general. What
kinds of tips and advice were you getting from these legends?
Well, Tom was saying about how important, I said his best tip he gave me was that it's always important to hit balls after a round of golf rather than before, because there's always going to be a shot or two that you kind of weren't happy with out on the course. And he said, you know, you want to, before you step on the tee the next day, you want to get that out of your mind. Yeah, just little things like that really that sound so simple, but it's so easy to forget.
Marco mingling with legends. Now, did their brilliance rub off?
Yeah, he won't be too happy with this length of birdie putt on this hole, but he's boxed it. John, that's a great up and down in the end.
It is indeed, and that just rights the wrong from the previous hole where he missed that tiddler. And that'll just settle him down nicely. Always nice to have a nice up and down for birdie, have a bunker. Now lock, birdie effort. A little bit off the left-hand side of the field, just inside left firm. He's gone for outside. He was the right read. Good man.
What an exhibition from so many players. South remains in the ascendancy, but so many look in fine form. Sam Locke being a prime example. Strolling off the 6th green, he's been intercepted by the ever-inquisitive Kit.
Sam, 3 under par through the first 6 holes. How pleased are you with that start?
Yeah, obviously delighted. I've played quite nicely so far. Hit some nice wedge shots in, but there's a long way to go yet, and the leaderboard's very bunched, so we just got to keep going.
How gettable is the course in these conditions?
Yeah, it's more scoreable today than yesterday for sure. I think yesterday there was a bit more wind, so today it's, there's a few more chances out there, but you just got to stay patient and they'll come.
Lovely start. Thanks for your time.
Thank you.
Can Sam overhaul South and put a maiden EuroPro Tour win under lock and key? Welcome back to Reading and the PentaHotels Championship, where Andrew Wilson is just about returning to earth after a superb display in the Open.
Andy, we meet again. We caught up just before you went to the Open. Yep. You finished tied 32nd. Incredible story. Congratulations. How does it feel, sit here now, knowing that you played in an elite field in your first major, you made the cut, and then you moved up the leaderboard over the weekend?
I don't really know, to be honest. I think I'm looking forward to finishing this week and then going to reflect on everything next week. Yeah, I need to try and sort of stay in the moment and pick up some money this week, because obviously it's pretty tight in the order merit. So yeah, that's my main focus until I get home next week, I suppose.
That stunning second round that you shot to get in, you really had it rolling there. You were firing in the birdies. What was going through your mind at that stage?
Well, when I was 6 under through 12, I should have probably been 8. I had 2 pretty bad horseshoes up to then as well. I turned around my caddy on the 13th until I was like, oh yeah, I'm sure the lowest score in major's 8 under, and then I just started to capitulate. So yeah, that probably wasn't my best idea.
You got to play with Louis Oosthuizen as well in the final round. Of course, a former Open champion. What was that experience
Yeah,
like?
It was awesome. I didn't talk to him too much because even him, he's like grinding for his life, trying to get probably not so much the money for him, but like the world ranking points and everything. So I spoke to him bits and bobs. He was a really nice guy, but it's just he played really good.
Crowds were absolutely incredible. What was it like to play in that atmosphere?
To be fair, when I got out there, I sort of forgot about them a little bit, and it's really weird. I didn't think that'd happen. I thought I'd get really nervous. Like every day on the first tee, I was a bit past myself, and I didn't eat a lot before my first tee time on Thursday. But yeah, when you get out there, it's not. I don't know, when you've got thousands of people watching, you think you'd be really like nervous and terrified. But no, I was fine. How
much confidence can you take as well from how well you were able to perform?
Yeah, loads of confidence. I didn't play. I far from played my best. I probably played like 36 holes, got out the 72, and it's just nice to know you can compete. So until you get to that level and you can compete against the best in the world, it's impossible to know if you're actually in the same ballpark as them, which I don't know I am.
What did you do for your preparation before you got over there?
Yeah, I was in Ibiza for 5 days, and yeah, I would have loved to have enjoyed that week a bit more than I did. It was good, but not as good as what everyone else probably thinks it was.
Well, we love the fact that you went over to Ibiza. We've had a bit of a whip round amongst the production team, and to just say well done on finishing tied 32nd, the highest ever finish from a current PGA EuroPro Tour player in the Open Championship. We've got you a little gift. So if you just want to hold that up, show the camera what you've got.
Oh, this is embarrassing.
So we go, perfect preparation for an Open Championship. Go to Ibiza for a week, rock up at your debut Open, make the cut, finish tied 32nd. Andy Wilson, what a legend.
Cheers, thank you, Kat. Thank you.
A couple of early bogeys suggest this isn't going to be Wilson's second win of the season, but after an electric introduction to the round, prospects are healthy for Jack South as he tackles the 9th, a short par 4 that John Morgan rates highly.
Well, we come to 9. Massive risk and reward hole for the players this week, 350 yards. Now, you can cut the corner. This is what makes it a lot shorter than what it actually plays. I mean, I'm teeing up way on the left-hand side here, trying to get my shortest line possible, but it's about 245 to carry to the fairway, the other side of those trees, and they're about 70 foot high as well to boot, so that is a massive tall order for me. I mean, I could just knock a little 5-iron down the right-hand side near those couple of bunkers and leave myself just a little wedge in, but if you go for it and you get it close to this little topsy-turvy green, which is fraught with danger, going to give yourself a golden opportunity for birdie, because this green is not easy. But anything overcooking on the left hand side, obviously trees are in there, but come on, the likes of Marco Penge and the big hitters will be taking this on. I know that for sure, but I just want to see if I still got it in me. Here we go. Well, that is as good as I got. That's got the height. Has it got the carry? Sweet as a nut. Nothing clicked. Should be all right. Golden opportunity.
You still got it, John. No doubt about that. Now South, 7 under through 8, has opted to hit the 5-iron or thereabouts up the right, leave himself another wedge. He's been so hot today. But that one is pretty cold. Long and left. Tricky little chip on there, John.
It is. That is slick as you like as well. What it will do when he pitches that in the fringe, we'll have to wait and see. Now lock down the right-hand side of 7. Quite a wide fairway. This one plays down the hill, especially the second shot as well. That's a nice shot. A little bit of backspin on that brings it back to pin high.
Back on 9, South needs to get up and down to be out in 30, but that's unlikely. It was always going to be difficult from there, and he just keeps trundling on and on and on.
Well, that's incredible. I knew that was going to be quick, like you said, John. You could hear it on the bounce, but who would have expected it to finish down there?
It's only just finished. It's only just stopped, Scott. I mean, look at this. You'd think in that, oh, this has got a chance. He's pitched this nicely, and then boom, and he's got this coming back, double the distance.
Yeah, making a meal of this very short 9th. Needs to get this up and down. Can't afford to drop more than 1.
We could have big changes at the top.
Sam Lock's left himself in a really nice position for his putt here on the 7th. It's uphill, about 12 feet. It looks to me like it's pretty straight. I think if he keeps it in the hole and he's quite bold, you know if you hit a good putt on these pure greens, it is going in.
And essentially, it's a putt for the lead.
Yeah, this will be a lovely one to make. Keep his momentum going. Has he hit it firm enough? Yeah, he has. Pure, straight in the middle. And it is about to change at the top.
Here we go. Bogey putt for South. After being over the back in 2. Chip through to the front of the green, and oh no, that's a double bogey from nowhere. Absolute nowhere. That's a bitter pill to swallow, that is, for South. How's he going to react from that?
The new leader, and by 2, is Sam Lock, and that's because the 24th double bogey on the 9th this week, the most recorded on any hole, relegates South to joint second with more. The positive for young Jack, at least he's got some time to recover.
He has, and this is a chance to pull one of those back. Downhill left to right, slick. Oh, he's judged that beautifully. Great bounce back. Shows good character, that.
Now, Neil Fennick, here we go, 12 under par. This to save his par 8. See some good form from this man. Oh, and that one just gliding past the left edge.
In the final group today, Callum Fife, who led by 1 going into the closing round of the Motor Caddy Masters at Linden Hall. He didn't get the job done that day, but you know, he's there or thereabouts quite often.
Callum, you were leading going into the final round at Linden Hall. A similar situation today. It didn't quite work out for you on that occasion. What have you learnt from that experience?
It was just, I was getting a wee bit nervous beforehand and thinking about it, and then, because I knew I was playing good enough to go win, it was just let kind of the moment get to me, and then made a couple of mistakes. Then I thought halfway through the round I've got another chance here to win it, but by that point I just kind of let it too far, like it was too far back by that point, so learned a lot from it. And then it was last couple of weeks was a bit of a kind of, was wasn't playing great and a bit of a downer because of the week before, but now lesson learned, and just get on, hopefully do the same.
Was Caversham Heath a course that you thought would suit your game when you got here?
Yeah, definitely, because you got to be straight off the tee and keep it in the short stuff, and then it's a lot of wedges in, but you got to place it in the right position. The greens are fast, don't want to get in the wrong side. So yeah, I thought so, 'cause my wedges are pretty strong, so yeah.
It is a course you can go low on, but if you short side yourself to these greens, you're in a lot of trouble.
Yeah.
How do you strategise for a course like this?
I've been just looking at where I want to place it off the tee, where's the best position for, and I've got a couple of positions off tees depending on where the pin is. So that's kind of what I'm doing, just plotting my way around.
Five started double bogey at Linden Hall. Today though, one birdie, the rest pars so far.
Yeah, he'll be looking to put himself in the frame on the back nine. That one just coming up half a club short. Bang on line. Now Fenwick, tee shot at 9. This boy isn't fearing it, John. He's taking it on.
Yeah, you said you played with him not long ago, Scott.
Yeah, I played with him in the Scottish Open qualifier. I was very impressed with him. Very solid player. Good attitude. That's a great tee shot there. Right into the heart of the green. Oh, just runs off, look at that.
Yeah, a little bowl there, Scott, and that will gather a lot of balls during the course of the day, especially with the second shots and the drives off the tee if they're going for it. Now, straight up the hill, slow putt this one for Fife. Could be really aggressive with this. Pin left in. Slightly breaking off the left. Oh, good effort.
Great effort, but like you say, but you can see just how they just run on. All of a sudden you've got a 3-footer left. Now Parry, second shot to 10. He's found some good form, John. Very consistent player.
Oh, look at that. Beautiful shot, straight over the stick. Been on the European Tour for a couple of years. Hopefully trying to find some form. Now lock at 8 for birdie. Oh, grazes the right edge. Thought he had that.
I mean, the greens are pure, like we say, and there's some tricky pin positions. Some very subtle breaks as well as some big breaks. Now Fenwick just putting from the fringe here on 9. Out with the putter and give it a whack. Bit of a jump there, took some pace off that one, John.
Yeah, it did. And it really is an awkward green, this one. Not many places to have a flat putt, I can tell you that.
We've seen Robert Burleson lose momentum with a 3-putt bogey already. 5. Oh, I was just about to say, hoping to avoid a 3-putt. Oh, he's very annoyed. Hates it. Just hit it too hard, simple.
Yeah, that was a commentator's curse there, Phil. Oh, yeah, that's got to hurt. Now Barry for birdie at 10. Steady Eddie here. And nice putt. Momentum's in his favour. I don't think he's going to be too far out come the end of the day.
It's all getting quite congested. It's going to be who can keep their foot on the gas, I think, making the birdies. Fenwick, we saw his long putt from the fringe finish here. Should be fairly straight putt up the hill. Well done. Solid 3 on that. What seems like the easy 9th, but has played tough.
Fenwick very much in the hunt, and now sharing 4th, 3 off the pace that's being set by fellow countryman Locke. The PentaHotels Championship is proving a big success.
Kareem, why is it so important for you guys at PentaHotels to be involved with the PGA EuroPro Tour?
So it allows the PGA to bring the competition to Reading. It allows us to be part of the local community, but more importantly, what it does is it allows young talent to sort of be identified and progress their careers within golf. And you know, that's what we're about at PentaHotels. We want to identify young talent, bring them into our business and develop them to go on to do bigger and better things in the future.
There's more EuroPro Tour excellence from Caversham Heath after the break. Caversham Heath, the county of Berkshire, and the golf in the PentaHotels Championship are all extremely warm. Sam Locke, last year's silver medalist in the Open at Carnoustie, is best placed to strike gold here, and he's trying to fend off a talented chasing pack, which includes a European Tour and Challenge Tour winner, with bags of experience on which to call. The man in question is from Harrogate. His name is John Parry.
11th tee, out with the driver. John will be giving it a good ride down this par 5. See if he can get it down as far as he can. Relatively wide tee shot, so you can open the shoulders, and that one's skipping on there, John.
It is, that's going to be nice. Perfect place to come in from down that left-hand side.
The man up top is 20-year-old Sam Locke, mentored by Paul Lawrie, former Open champion. And he's a former Scottish amateur champion himself. He won 9 and 8 in the final back in 2017.
It was your second successive Open Championship. You won the silver medal as the leading amateur last year. What was it like to be back in that environment, but this time as a pro with the possibility of taking a nice check home?
Yeah, I mean, obviously, you know, it'd be nice to take a good check, but, you know, you're there to try and do the best you can. And I suppose the only difference this year was I'd been there before, and I sort of knew what to expect. Not that I didn't think about it before Carnoustie, but I just kind of had been and done it before, so I was able to kind of enjoy it a lot more this time.
The crowds were absolutely spectacular over there in Northern Ireland as well. Were you able to appreciate that whilst you were within the ropes?
Yeah, I was actually. I was surprised. I had a lot of following at Carnoustie, obviously being so close to home, but at Portrush as well, there was loads of people following me and shouting at me from the crowd, saying, you know, urging me on, and it was quite cool. I never really expected that, so to have that was really nice.
Slightly different conditions this week. How easy is that transition to go from links golf and not necessarily in the best weather to the heat we've had this week and a very different style of golf course?
Yeah, it is totally different. You know, as an amateur though, we played a lot of links golf, so I think, you know, I'd probably adapt a bit quicker to links. But I think this week here it's playing really firm. So although it's not similar and weather-wise, it's still kind of, you're having to run shots along the ground. So, but yeah, you do have to adapt. But I'm kind of a bit more used to that as, you know, playing through amateur stuff.
Sam Locke, one of many authentic prospects currently competing on the PGA EuroPro Tour.
Yeah, good talent, Phil. Taking it on over the corner, over the trees. Shouts of 4. Has he overcooked it? No, he's gone slightly down the right-hand side, and that's found the thick stuff. That'd be an interesting lie.
Yeah, some bad lies in amongst that hay. Now south. Almost a tap-in birdie on 11. Great bounce back.
But what news of Locke on 9?
Locke has found the long stuff over here, just right of the drivable par 4 9th green. The way you can see that grass lying really flat down across the back of the ball. Tricky to guarantee the contact here. There's going to be some grass. And it's a difficult green as well, a real roller coaster. Anything a bit too far right or left of this pin is just going to keep feeding away from it. There's not much behind it as well. Expect him to play this a little bit safe and probably come up a bit short here.
Yeah, how's he going to play this? And I'd leave the club in there. Actually come down as sharp as you can. Jab it in, get the little hop out. If you try and do the follow through, he's going to turn the club over just like that, Scott.
Yeah, that was just fired out left. And we know how quick it is coming back down onto this green from the top side. That is going to be treacherous. Now Parry. Second shot to the par 5 11th. Long iron. Controlled swing there, eyeing it down, and why not? Safely on the edge of the green.
Parry in contention, and also Sean Towndrow. The front 9 here is par 37. He was out in 34, and he's just added a birdie on 10 as well.
Yeah, so many players in the mix. This is going to be an exciting finale. And that's a great tee shot down the left side where Parry was. As John said earlier, give him a good view of the green. Here's a look at the swing of Sean Towndrow. Nice and controlled, good balance. He is a tall man.
No more at the 11th as well to follow Tandro. Rips one by the looks of it. Good balance again, like you said, Scott. Find that in the golf swing. If you've got great balance, oh, you can do many things with a golf ball. And here it is. Big wind up, strong upper body, weaves its way, clears the hips beautifully, and yeah, fantastic finish.
We saw John Parry's long iron approach to 11, almost pin high left here. This long range putt for eagle up the slope, got to give it a good whack. Tell you, that didn't need much more. Actually coming back down the hill just at the end of that putt.
On the card, this 9th looks innocuous, but it's causing all kinds of problems.
Well, it dangles the carrot, Phil. It really does. You know, for these players, they can see that they can get there, and you slightly miss this green. It's a topsy-turvy one, and it's not easy, just like Locke is finding out here.
Now Parry, can he clean this one up? Just about 3 feet for birdie. Get to 13 under. Yeah. Not a bold putt into the middle, but beautifully judged. These greens are so good, you can just start them on line and let them roll out.
Oh, I just seen a nice little English setter there. Used to have one of them.
I was about to say, if that putt had fallen in, that would have been a Scottish settler. As it is, it's a bogey.
Yeah, and that really does feel like a double bogey on this 9th hole. Guys, especially when they go at it with driver, looking to get green side. Now more. Second shot to the par 5 11th. Long iron. Looks like it's leaking a bit to the right. No, actually gone left. Well, that is a little bit awkward on the side of the bunker there.
He fooled us with his run to the left, thinking it was going to the right.
Completely fooled us.
No, Tandro, like you said, in a similar position where John Parry was earlier. This is no more than a 6-iron. He's got through that one. Crisp strike. Oh, what a shot where that pin is there, and unlucky to just go that, well, a couple of feet too far over that ridge. That would have fed right back towards the pin.
Yeah, you can see a lot of undulation in that green, making it tricky, but he's safely on there in 2.
South is responsible for 8 birdies so far today. Here, though, just trying to save par. I've been very impressed with the way he's responded to that double on 9 with back-to-back birdies on 10 and 11.
Yeah, that's a great attribute to have. More Diath and Tandro here. Here comes more over the bunker, pitches it just shy of the ridge, gets a spin. Oh yes, a rebop. How'd you like them? Wow, what a 3.
Well, you just never know where you're going to make something special from. That was a wonderfully played pitch shot. Sent it in low, one skip up the tier, wrapped around the hole and the flag, and that really puts the cat amongst the pigeons for him.
Love the reaction from the caddy. Nice south after that beautiful bunker shot to save his par. Oh no, didn't see that happening.
No, no one likes that. And maybe the bobble was caused by someone dropping their putter in the green, John.
Yeah, he ain't happy, Scott. He ain't happy.
This for Tandro to tie the lead.
Yeah, what an eagle this will be. Roller coaster, down left to right. No, it was well judged. It was a tricky one, that. That should be a safe birdie.
Bradley Moore leads in the final round of the PentaHotels Championship, a tournament in which Paul Waring from Felixstowe missed the cut, but even so has quite a story.
Let's talk about those all-important senses when playing golf. Invaluable for making instinctive decisions that could be the difference between winning a tournament or missing a cut. Senses we perhaps don't fully appreciate. Sight, touch, hearing. Now imagine competing as a professional golfer without one of these. Paul Waring was born profoundly deaf, but he hasn't let that stop his ambition of making it as a professional golfer. Winning the European and World Deaf Golf Championships. He's conquered the world of deaf golf, and now he's turned his attentions to the professional game. Golf is tough, even tougher when you can't hear the impact you make on the ball. But it means you rely more on the feel.
Mashed potato!
Oh, shut up. How good was that, Scott?
Yeah, just going to say, incredible that. You really, well, we're all guilty of taking our health for granted at times, I think. Now, John Parry, second shot to 12. Oh, he's keeping the momentum going. Another fabulous iron shot in there.
Yeah, absolutely. Flagging it. Now, eagle putt at 11th for Fenwick. Got it pin high. We know what this putt does, though. Down the slope. It's going to rise on him, up over the tier. Bend from left to right as well to boot. And that's a good putt from there. You would say that's going to be a birdie, but you never know. Seen some short putts missed already, Scott.
Yeah, we have. Not from this man, though. Parry's had his eye in today. This one for another birdie. Yeah, grabs the right edge. Great putt.
Moore has found the fairway bunker down the left of the 12th fairway here, and it really isn't sitting nicely. Just the weight of the ball in this soft, dry sand means he's going to struggle to make good contact. The lip in front shouldn't be too much of a problem. At 154 to the pin just downhill, he will be able to have enough loft to get it out. But anywhere on the green from here is really a pretty decent result.
It definitely would be, Kit. Now right up the face of the bunker. What's he got in store for us? Hopefully a wonder shot. Now come on, Moore. Sounded a pretty good strike. Having a little look, might be a bit shy of the green. And there it is.
You know, we just heard the inspirational tale of Paul Waring. What about Sean Towndrow? In 2016, he was diagnosed with non-Hodgkin lymphoma, and he was back playing international amateur golf within a year.
Yeah, it's an incredible story. That's an incredible shot. And he is right in the mix. Yeah, brilliant, brilliant story, Sean. A lot of guys would be pleased to see him up there challenging. Fenwick tidies up for his birdie 4.
Bradley Moore, you know, was something of a prodigy. He won the Carris Trophy by 5 shots, the Peter McAvoy Trophy at the age of 15. And now he's coming good as a pro.
Oh, I remember those days. Oh, that was a shocking bounce. Just pitched it just shy of the green and spurted on and kicked to the right. And yeah, that's going to be an awkward to save his par now. Now Fife, second shot at 11. Hitting it down the right, so he's got to come over all the gorse and heather and thick rough. And he's done it well. Look at this, forever getting better. Oh my goodness. Shot of the day so far.
Yeah, that will be an eagle attempt there.
On 12, Moore has this to remain bogey-free for the day and remain in front.
Yeah, a little hint off the right-hand side here. Phil to save his par. Oh, and doesn't get it. All stems from the tee shot.
Yeah, he'll be very disappointed with making bogey there. Now Parry, 13th, this little chip across the fringe. Oh, just decelerated on that one. Didn't need to go much further, but it just went sideways when it landed. Awkward little one.
Now, and the real thick stuff here for South. Gouging this one out. Still a distance to go as well. Oh, seemed to have come out clean. Hopefully not the flyer. Ain't going to be much spin on that, but that, what a result, finding the putting surface.
Yeah, that was a quality shot out of there. We haven't seen too many shots out of the deep stuff. No lock. 4th shot at 11. for the little Mickelson flop. Yeah, played it beautifully. That putt will save his par.
On 12, the best Moore can do is a bogey, so Towndrew has this for the outright lead.
Yeah, a little slick one down the hill. Big putt, well done. Tremendous stuff from Sean Towndrew.
Now, come on then. After a wondrous second shot in here. Only 8 feet to go for your eagle. Come on, seal the deal. Yes. Wasn't even that, it was about 6 feet. What a second shot that was. Quality eagle. That is a nice boost, straight up to 13 under par.
Now we saw Parry at the par 3 13th, just misses chip a little bit. He's got this for par, little left to righter. Wow, that looked in all the way. So many putts just moving at the death, lipping out.
One hole in front, the 14th has been the toughest on the course this week, playing a third of a shot over par. But Burleson has this for a bonus birdie. Oh yes.
Rattled that one in. What a putt that was. Yeah, tough hole 14. No more for bogey. And that is that 2-shot swing, like I said.
Yeah, with it being so bunched, it can all change very rapidly, and it has been. Now south, this is for his par on 14. Keep the momentum going. Oh, wow, a fraction more pace that would have held. Utter disappointment for guys. They know these greens are so good. They are looking to hole everything.
Yes, South's hopes dip on a day of ever-fluctuating fortunes, where Sean Towndrew takes over at the top, and in so doing becomes the 5th player to hold the final round lead in the PentaHotels Championship. Does Caversham Heath have more up its sleeve down the closing stretch? There's more PGA EuroPro Tour action coming your way after these. It's been a recurring theme on the EuroPro Tour this summer, wide open final rounds with numerous players in the reckoning late on, and nothing's changed at Caversham Heath. 7 golfers sit within 2 strokes of the lead in the PentaHotels Championship, with the target man being Sean Towndrew, who's arrived on the 13th, one of 2 tough par 3s on the back 9 here.
Around 200 yards this par 3. Green sits at a 45-degree angle. Probably not going in with too much club though. 6, maybe 7 iron for the big hitters. That one's leaked right. Caught one of the 3 traps that are along that right-hand side.
Yeah, and it's tightly bunched, Phil, like you said. I mean, it's anyone's really. Closing stages, holes are giving it up as well. Everyone's all in putts because of the quality of the greens. Now Fife in here. Oh, and he's blocked that one long and right, and that is not an easy up and down from there.
Towndrew's ball is lying absolutely beautifully in the greenside bunker here at the 13th. The difficulty though, there is a severe ridge that runs right across the green, halfway between where his ball is now and that pin. He'd probably like to play a bit of a chunk and run and get it chasing up there. But with that upslope that the ball is on, it's going to want to come out higher, so he might need to fly all the way to that top tier. It'll be interesting to see where he lands this one.
Escaping sand shouldn't be a problem for him. He's attached to Southport in Ainsdale, which is exceptionally well bunkered.
Yeah, it is indeed. I think a sign of confidence the way he plays this one, and he's gone for the high route, which to me suggests he is very confident. Normally if you're in doubt, you play the chunk and run.
And the glory here for Fife is he's got plenty of green to work with. He's a long way from home still for his third. Plays it in low, feeds it up towards the pin, and oh, just a bit too heavy-handed.
Yeah, it just goes down the hill once it gets to the hole there, doesn't it, John? And that's left him work to do. Now Towndrow, bold with the bunker shot, just on the fringe. Very makeable for par here. Needs this one to keep his momentum. Come on, good positive roll. Fantastic up and down.
They are the tournament winners. It's been a fantastic round, actually, for John Ross Galbraith. This for par on 16. No problem. He was tied 6th at Brocket Hall in the season opener. Might just eclipse that.
Yeah, just got to finish off the last couple of holes in style. Now Fenwick back on the tee at 13. High ball flight into this green. Tricky pin as we saw. And that one just going long, and that will be, again, very tricky back down onto the green.
As people have been saying, it's hard and bouncy out there. You slightly miss these greens by a yard or two, you get a firm bounce. Now, look like the 3-wood there, going for positioning off the tee, and finds the fairway.
After that, he won't mind having a chin wag with Kit.
Sean, 6 under par for your round so far, bogey free. How pleased are you with that?
Really pleased, yeah. Sort of last hole, almost sort of lost one there, but sort of good putt from sort of 20 feet kept me in there, which is nice.
Yeah, how big was that putt for your momentum now heading into the final stretch?
Yeah, big, yeah. It's sort of a tough hole anyway. It's sort of, it was right in between clubs for me, and I just came out of a 7-iron and left it in the bunker. So even forward, I would have been kind of happy with after that shot. But yeah, it's good, yeah. It's good, pleased.
No rain this week, but I think Kit has shrunk.
He's definitely got a stiff neck after that one, Phil. And here we go, Neil Fenwick chipping down, stay there, ball. That'll do, decent opportunity now to save par.
Yeah, he's done well there. I think he had a little tough behind the ball, so that was a really, really good shot. Now Towndrow, perfect position on 14. Approach shot here. Well, he either loves it or hates it. Can't quite tell. No. That is a bit of a mystery. Way short, John.
Yeah, way short. I don't know what that was. I mean, you wouldn't play it as a 3-shotter, not when you can get there, but yeah, we'll see. Just a little bit thick. And that was definitely not thick. That was sculled it across the green.
Steady on, Sergio.
Mitigating circumstances, I think they're not a great amount of sand where the ball went into the bunker.
And Fenwick, oh no, just missing the par putt.
Fourth shot now for Locke. He's played that very nicely. Go on. Oh, actually played it too well. That really dug in on the first bounce.
He held his round together, John, with a great up and down on the previous hole. Needs another here.
Cool, doesn't he? Not an easy pin to get to either on that left-hand side. Oh, but he's played an absolute beauty. Nearly went in and, well, just about a 4-footer to save his par now. Brilliant chip.
Yeah, that was class, because the second shot, well, still a bit of a mystery to us. Now Fife. This for par on 12. Big putt. Another one lips out.
That's going to be a hard one to take. That's a good chip, just like you say, heavy-handed, and that was a good putt. Thought he had it. Now Moore at 14, third shot. Just missing the bunker. And right up this green, let it release towards the flag. Keep going, ball, and that's beautiful. God, I thought he was going to hold another one.
Yeah, that was a great touch, and we're just seeing now, guys are trying to save par, make bogey. The big birdie blitzes have stopped for the time being. Oh, that's a super roll. Fantastic up and down there.
Now can Tandro keep that unblemished card?
Yeah, this is a big putt. Back-to-back saves if he makes this. No, just up and out of it. Just a couple of feet here now. Yeah, that's a bogey 5, but from the middle of the fairway with that tee shot, that'll be very disappointing.
Yes, the second shot to blame. What a day, what a situation. Everyone on the leaderboard can still lift the trophy, as out in front are 3 players at 14 under. Tandro, Moore, and back at the apex after a birdie on 15, South.
Yeah, South here at 16, second shot. What's he got in store for us here? Coming in high, needs to land this one nice and soft. Get some spin would be handy. Oh, gets too much spin, it back in the bunker. Oh no, I take it all back, didn't need that much spin.
Tandro could not hope for a better opportunity to bounce back from that disappointing bogey on the previous hole. The 15th, it's a pretty short par 5 by modern standards, and he's got just 200 yards left to the pin. He's got a lovely angle here. He's over in the left side of the fairway. Loads of green to work with as well. He'll be disappointed if he doesn't give himself a look for eagle from here.
It's 499 yards, over 200 birdies and 30 eagles have been made. Scott, the pros have this kind of hole for breakfast.
Yeah, essentially this is a par 4 these days, unless it's into a strong wind. Playing a fraction up the hill, but still 200 yards is nothing. That's a great shot. Just going to hold the left side of the green. Well, eagle attempt there to more than compensate for the last hole. Good look at the swing here, John. Looks in control.
He does, very much so for a big man. Very well grounded there. Now South, spinning it back in the bunker. What's he got in store for us? Oh, beautiful bunker shot. He'll be a little bit gutted. That he's there for 3, not 2.
Bradley Moore, the pride of Kedleston Park.
Yeah, I played there many times in my junior days. Always remember the geese there. What's Moore got here? Yeah, cracking shot right down the flag.
Don't know about the geese, but he's got a gander at an eagle now.
Oh, mate, you're relentless, Phil. You know that? The daddy jokes. You got a load of them.
Yeah, it keeps us all entertained. Now South. Short one for par. Needs to make sure of this. Oh, how many times? The full lip outs that we are seeing. And at this stage in the back 9, on the final day, they are massive.
Fennick, come on, my son. For par at 14.
And with that, you have to think his title chances have evaporated.
Yeah, I'd have to agree with you, Phil. I mean, he's tightly bunched at the top, but he's slightly come out of that pack now.
The scoring's just all stagnated a little bit, hasn't it, for a while? But here we go. Eagle chances on 15 are coming up. This is Moore. Choosing to leave the flag in. He's given that one a go. Go on then. Yeah, fantastic putt. Back on the birdie run, possibly. Now Burleson. Another 3-footer or so for his par. This is incredible, John. How many short putts we're seeing missed now.
Yeah, loads of little ones. Don't know if they're just getting bumpy at the end of their round, you know, had a lot of action during the course of the day. You just don't know, and it's making them second guess themselves, that's for sure.
Yeah, I think sometimes that combined with a little bit of nerves perhaps. Bit tentative. Now Tandro. This for eagle as well. And it's a good putt. He's rolled it up safe for his birdie 4.
That's the easiest 4 you'll make, that's for sure. Tandro, and that is too tight at the top at 15, Phil.
Yes, and Moore and Tandro suddenly have a modicum of breathing space.
Lockyer tee shot at 14. Good look at this man swing with a driver.
Looks to be heading out to the right here, Scott. Oh no, right half of the fairway. I'm ripped. Nice little fade on that.
Yeah, just going to say, nice little baby fade there. Very controlled swing. Now Fenwick looking to bounce back. Perfect position here on 15.
It's a good swing, Neil Fenwick's swing, isn't it, Scott?
Yeah, I like it. Like I say, when I played with him, I was impressed. I could see why he's had so many good results on this tour in the past. But perhaps not so clear why he hasn't moved on. Very, very talented player.
Now, have that beautiful drive from Locke. Able to go at this tight pin on the left. Oh, and plays an absolute beauty. Two great shots in there with him and his playing partner within about 8 feet.
The most experienced man on the leaderboard, Parry, former Vivendi Trophy winner on the European Tour. 12 years ago, he played in the Walker Cup alongside Rory McIlroy and Danny Willett. Nice roll, but not finding the target. You get the feeling, though, if he makes a bunch of starts towards the end of the season, a victory could be in his locker.
Without question, Phil. It really could. Now, Penge seems to be in a spot of bother here. This good lady just giving him a few words of advice, and he's gone for the big lob shot out the rough. Big shot on the fringe of the green, let it feed down, and look at this. Not easy.
That is frighteningly quick down there, isn't it? Especially when you're coming out of that long grass.
Fenwick, first putt went this far past this for his birdie now. And gets it.
Big putt this for Marco Penge, who's 11th in the race to Desert Springs at the moment. I'm afraid, though, it's going to be another final round of disappointment.
Yeah, that's a double bogey for Marco. Trouble off the tee.
Yeah, just not quite producing on the final day at the moment. No Locke. Wonderful shot in here at 14, this for birdie. Another great roll. He is hot with the flat stick.
Match play can be thrilling, but on a day like this, when contenders bunch and the leaderboard is the definition of a logjam, there's nothing quite like stroke play. Most of the round is in the books, and we're still no wiser about who will be crowned the PentaHotels champion. The finishing line in the Caversham Heath Cavalry Charge is fast approaching. The second half of the EuroPro Tour season has begun with a bang, and the PentaHotels Championship remains in the balance. In the last group out, Sam Locke will still fancy his chances. Jack South and John Parry can't be discounted. But in the driver's seat are the joint leaders. That's Bradley Moore and Sean Towndrow. Good stuff, this.
It is, Phil. Now ball below the feet here for his second shot here at 16. This is the green that shares with the 6th. Big double green, big pond shy. Pin on the left over the bunker as well to boot. Not easy. And he's bailed out to the right. This is a wise move. And that's left him a, well, my goodness, an almighty long putt.
Yeah, I think he was trying to play safe there, John, but get it pin high. And hasn't quite managed that.
Moore has 141 yards to one of my all-time favourite pin positions here. It's tucked in that thin slither linking the double green here, just over a very deep bunker. Now, the fact that he's coming out of this first cut of rough might actually act in his favour. Anything short of that pin can easily spin back into the bunker. This is not going to spin as much. He can carry it all the way pin high and be pretty confident that's where it's going to stay.
Yeah, the green's just about 10, 12 yards deep, so he still needs to get a good strike on it if he's going straight at the flag. A lot of slope as well around this pin. There you go. Oh, that's a great shot. Into the little upslope. Very good connection on this one. Ball in turf, throwing it high.
Yeah, beautiful shot now. Lock at 15. Got to fancy him for 1 or 2 more birdies coming in, you'd feel. The putter's been his best friend today. This one's sliding massively from left to right, and oh no. Could be disastrous over there. That's going to be a tough lie, Scott.
Yeah, that is treacherous in there. That may even take a couple of minutes to find. And on that easy par 5, that's a bit of a disaster. Now Towndrow, this for another birdie at 16, but it's a massive putt and it's tricky. He'll be very happy to get this down in 2. Oh, missing the slope, and that is running further away. Well, he's going to have about 12, 13 feet for his par now.
Yes, indeed. Now a little tap in, you'd feel, to save his par. Oh, just grabs the left edge, and a cheeky little smile then as that went in, but it's a disappointment as well. But look at that front nine, out in 33, 4 under. Not bad at all. Good day at the office.
This would be an invaluable putt for Bradley Moore, but he can't be too aggressive.
Yeah, just shaves the right edge. Couldn't be too aggressive, like you said, Phil. Anything from there is running on down the slope. Now Parry at 17, looking to finish strong. Can he throw a couple of birdies in? I'm sure he'll be taking dead aim on this par 3. That's a very good shot. For distance, just dragged it a little bit left.
Towndrow hold a cracking putt for par on 13. Missed one on 14. How about here at 16?
Yeah, he's really challenging himself. But no, aggressive putt. Missing on the right side there. Now look at this line.
What I'm saying. One, I believe that was it, but you'll need to identify it if it is yours. And there's another one there which probably may not be yours.
Yeah, 2 balls in there. I'm sure there's probably more like 2,000 overall. He's got to make sure he plays the right ball. Now Fife from the semi-rough. His second shot, quite a heavy lie that. Just dragged it a little bit left. Skirts around the bunkers, needs to get a good lie there. And looks like it's nestled.
Made an eagle at 13, but duplication on 15, unlikely.
Now, at this bad lie, he's found it, he's identified it. This is his second. Gouges it out with all his power. My nose, wrist, sunshine. And this is one of those holes, 15, where you really want to capitalise on the shortness of the par 5, and in trouble now. Parry's second for birdie here at 17 across the slope. Oh, and gets it.
And he'll know the importance of posting a score and what it can do. He knows there's some tricky holes to come.
Now, third shot for Locke. This is where he would have liked to have been off his drive. Coming in now with no more than a 9-iron. 8-iron in hand, and oh, coming up shy, backing up as well to boot. Getting further away from the hole.
Now, I was guilty of writing off the chances of Neil Fenwick a short while ago, but if he can finish with 3 consecutive birdies, you never know.
Yeah, the way it's shaping up, so hard to predict. Guys have just got to finish as low as they can. Well, that's a drag to the left, and it spins back down the slope. And that's going to leave himself in a tricky spot there as well.
Yeah, it's a tough driving hole, that 16th. It really is. 5 down slope here, not the best of lies. What kind of reaction's he going to get? He's going to get a good one. That's a great chip.
Fenwick now. Long range birdie attempt. A lot of slope uphill. And from the left side, got to be firm with it, which he is. Go on then. Yeah, very good effort. He will be disappointed though not to give himself a better birdie chance.
Well, it's 2 holes left to go, and we come to a beautiful par 3 here at 17. 199 yards it is in total. Big wide green at you, but not the deepest green, only 22 yards deep. Now, you've got a little bunker on the left-hand side, not so little actually, pretty massive, but you don't want to go in there. But the one place you don't want to be is short. 188 yards it is to carry the water. That is just guarding the front portion of this green. Now, hitting the putting surface is a must. You slightly miss the edges around these greens, they're going to take a massive hard bounce, and you're not really going to know where they're going. I've got 2 clubs in my hand. Now, do I go with the 7 or do I go with the 6? Now, wise move, if I want to take the water out of play, it's going to have to be 6. I can hit it nice and easy, knowing that I'm going to carry that water, as long as the strike is there. Now, I'd have to bust a gut to get there with my 7, so I'm going with the easy option, and it's middle of the green all day long. And there it is. Not frozen rope, that is. And that's pitched central, I think just skirting towards the back fringe of the green. You take it, 2 putts all day long. What a hole.
Basically anything can happen on the penultimate hole at Caversham Heath, and the same goes for this gripping tournament. Moore leads by 1.
Yeah, and that pin over on the right-hand side, not like my one on the left. This is fraught with danger. Anything not out the middle is water bound. Anything long, well, not good. Yardage is a must, and that is the first protocol done. Artandro there, great shot.
Good look at the action here. You can see aiming at the flag, just moving it a little bit right to left into the centre of the green. Very solid shot. No lock. This par 5 15th. Long range birdie attempt after his trials and tribulations off the tee. I tell you what, a little bit more pace, that was tracking.
But he didn't take advantage of 30 in the par 5. Not on 15 either. He's lost ground.
Yeah, lost loads of ground on the field with those par 5s. Now this is south, approach to 18. Pin up the back, chasing it up, almost pin high.
This is a real tester for Moore here. He's got about 30 yards from the green side bunker, and he's playing across a really undulating piece of green as well. Once it gets on the putting surface and over a little ridge just where you can see that other ball over there, it's going to swing hard from left to right and pick up pace. If he's brave, he'll try and carry it all the way there to take that out. But I think the safe percentage play, probably just try and run it out and maybe accept 6 or 8 feet for your par.
He's had trouble on this hole before. Made a bogey here yesterday.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very wide tee shot, and this will test his nerves, let alone his skill. Well, he's played that nicely, perhaps just a couple of yards too far. Still makeable for the par. It's an awkward distance, this is 30, 40 yards. What do you make of that, John?
I thought it was really good, actually. I was quite surprised. Really firm bounce when it landed. Maybe that was because it pitched just off the green, but yeah, very unfortunate.
Great birdie for Fife. Keeping himself well and truly in the mix now. Final stages.
Yeah, don't write him off. Now, this pin way over on the left-hand side of 18. A little bit up the hill, this one. For south. I think it's kind of one of those days, what could have been for this man? A few little putts went array, but that start, look at that start. I mean, relentless, the birdies, the eagles, but the back 9, nothing like the front.
No, those 4 bogeys possibly cost him the tournament. Now Towndrow. Good solid tee shot into this par 3 to here. Well, slightly tentative. That was bang on line. You can see he fancied it.
Yeah, right in the jaw that was.
So playing with South, Robert Burleson, who's made 7 birdies today. Bogeys though on 7, 8, and most recently at 16. Nevertheless, a fine effort.
Yeah, solid day's work, solid week's work. Now Parry, what's he got on this final hole? Out with the big dog, giving it a rip. He'll be looking to finish with a birdie and post that clubhouse target. Good tee shot there, just in the semi, but a good lie.
Yeah, 5 now here at 16. Nice tee shot, would have gone with the 3, but maybe the long iron. Get it down there near the water. Coming in with no more than a sand iron, wedge in hand. And there you go, able to get the spin and control required to a awkward pin position.
Yeah, that's one of the best we've seen. No more from the bunker to here. This 18-footer or so for par. Little right to lefter. Yeah, just not high enough. That's a costly bogey there.
John Parry, you know, he's only made 4 starts on the EuroPro Tour this year. His worst finish, tied 13th.
Yeah, well, he's a class act. Good player, John. Tough position to come in from there, down the right-hand side in the right rough. Yeah, not able to get the control, spin, ball flight required. Now Lock at 16 to follow his playing partner. Oh, and coming up shy in that dreaded bunker. That's not going to be easy, Scott.
No, cardinal sin there, really. Coming up short, it is an awkward one. Now Parry, well, possibly too much to ask to hold this one to finish. This is a real roller coaster. Off the right, down the slope. Yeah, very good for pace. Just a couple of feet wide.
Now, looks like it's spirited back into the middle of the bunker here for Lock. This is probably a blessing in disguise. Little splash out and not as good as he would have liked.
No, you can see from here, looks a very straightforward shot. Can't quite see the lie, but he'll be disappointed with that result.
Now, Richard Mansell, the recent winner at Portal, it's going to be his 6th top 10 of the season, and he's going to extend his lead at the top of the order of merit. Says he's looking forward to a week off to paint the fence. Well, he's got the money to buy the paint.
He definitely has that. Yeah, I mean, what a player, though, Scott. He's had a great season.
Great season, yeah, like you say, week off, do something different, get your mind away from the game for a few days. Now Lock out of the bunker to here, this for a par. No, not even close. Not even close, and that'll be a disappointing bogey if he knocks that one in.
It was a good putt from John. Down the slope, real big sidewinder. Got this to save his par. Oh no, John. And that's going to hurt. Bogey finish. It's a round of 68, 5 under, 13 under par. What could it be, eh?
We just saw Richard Mansell a while ago. We've been describing him before he won as a winner in waiting, and that most certainly applies to Marco Penge.
Yeah, it's about getting across the line. It's not always easy to do. Winning at any level these days takes a good combination of things. Now Fife. Great shot in this for birdie to get to 14. Yeah, well done. And this guy is also just outside the winner's circle.
Yes, on the periphery for most of the day, Callum Fife suddenly joins Sean Towndrow and Bradley Moore in a 3-way share of the lead. Who will win the PentaHotels Championship? Your guess, frankly, is as good as mine. But the mystery at Caversham Heath will be solved after the break. You know, there's only been one playoff on the EuroPro Tour so far this season. David Dixon won the Matchroom Sport Championship at Harleford on the first extra hole. But sudden death might also be needed at Caversham Heath, because 3 are tied at the top late in the PentaHotels Championship, and John Parry will be ruining his bogey on a closing hole that John Morgan now describes.
Here we are, boys and girls, the final hole, 18, 431 yards. Just look at this beautiful planner. Gives you a great description of how tight it is up through there. The topsy-turvy green that's in the distance as well, and at 431 yards, playing slightly uphill as well to boot. it's a bit of a monster. It's also quite intimidating because when you look down this fairway, it looks a lot tighter than most of the other holes. And I think when you're down here and you're on the final hole of the PGA EuroPro Tour with 10 grand on the line as well, nerves are jangling, legs are feeling a bit weak, but don't worry, don't be discouraged just by the look of it. There's about 15 yards to the right, 15 yards to the left, where it all bowls down into the fairway. So if you're slightly off, it's drawing into it or fading into it, it can filter down into it. So don't worry about a thing. Just go with your flow. If you're winning it, get driver out. Best line, I reckon, is far bunker on the right edge of the green that you see right out there. That is your centre line. Do not take your eyes off the prize. Now driver out and commit. Don't hold back. And there we go. That's about a yard of draw, and I have mullered it. That is what you want on the final hole, isn't it? Gives yourself a flick from there, and you'll be dancing that baby round the hole.
Just crushed.
Yeah, superb there, John. Now, Sean Towndrow will be looking to do exactly the same. Out with the driver. Commit to your line, like John said, and he has. Fantastic tee shot. Just in the semi-rough, but that won't bother him.
No, that won't bother him. Popular place that is down the right. Definitely let your bail out now. Fenwick at 17, tee shot. He's got the 7-iron in hand there. Good swing, good balance. He's staring it down. He's eyeing this one up. And it was straight at the flag. Strong shot on his playing partner as well. Woohoo! Tight as you like.
It's rarefied air for Bradley Moore. Best finishes this season. Tied 18th at Portal, tied 16th at Spey Valley. Now a realistic title hopeful.
Yeah, he'll be looking to follow his playing partner. Find the short grass. Very good. I think he went with the 3-wood there. Middle of the fairway. Nothing between them.
Yeah, downhill putt here now for Fenwick for birdie. Last chance saloon, you feel. This one needs to drop to give himself a chance. Oh, not to be.
Moore has played a pretty conservative tee shot here on 18. He's 40 yards back behind the camera as you look at it now. Right here, though, is Sean Towndrow, the other man in this group who currently has a share for the lead coming up 18. It's a great angle, but the lie isn't ideal. There's a little bit of rough just coming up behind the ball. That means it's likely to fly a little bit. But on the upside, behind that pin position where it's cut on the front left, there's a lovely little backboard. If he gets pure contact, he can pitch it just past the pin and zip it back towards that hole.
Well, Moore first to go. As you said, 40 yards back, but in the fairway. Perfect lie. Can he execute the perfect shot to finish this tournament? Well, it was very good. Just another yard, though, it needed. Just got a little kick off the downslope.
And coming up, one of the biggest shots of Sean Towndrow's life.
Yeah, this is massive. John?
Yeah, ball above his stance. Like Kit said, bit of a flying lie. Needs to pop it up high, get it in that backboard like you said. Oh my goodness, gets over by the skin of its teeth. And that's not too bad now, actually, Scott.
No, that's a nice position. He'll be happy with that. Heart would have been in his mouth a little bit. Now, Callum Fife at 17. Can he find a birdie or two to finish? That would be something. What a shot. He's not fearing it. Taking it straight on.
I tell you what, I like his attitude. And the way he clears his hips out of the way is rapid. Lots of power in there.
Well, there's still a load of things that could happen, but more. This for a birdie to post 15 under. Go on then. What a putt.
God, I can't believe that didn't move that little bit more from right to left.
That's a stunning tee shot from Fife, especially given the circumstances. He's got just 5 feet. He's left it below the hole, so putting uphill, but there is a little bit of movement on it. He's going to have to start this one just outside the right edge.
First, though, it's the putt of Fife's compatriot, Locke.
Yeah, Sam's not had much going for him on the back nine. This would be a nice one to make. Long range birdie up the hill. Not to be.
Towndrow from the fringe, just shy, just flair with that bunker with his second now. What an opportunity. Up the hill. Oh, and always left. Oh, and a bit of work to be done. It's not over.
Yeah, the nerves will be jangling on those short ones. Now Penge at 17. This for par. Up the hill fairly straight. Go on then. Yeah, very good. Grabs the left edge. All of these putts so important with the points for the rankings.
Now come on, Sean. Quell those nerves. Keep the stroke.
Excellent. What a round of golf that is. Couple of bogeys towards the end, but he's posted 14 under in the clubhouse.
This is huge here, Scott. Phil, up the hill, like Kit said, just outside the right. Be firm.
You're such a fan.
Just started it too straight, I feel there.
Yeah, that was a golden opportunity. Just caught out a little bit, I think, between the pace and the line. No more, back on 18. Slightly longer than it looks. Needs to take his time. This to post 14 as well. That's two tied in the clubhouse.
It is beautiful front nine. Just the two blips on the back nine king, but that eagle though on 11 nicely. Round of 68.
So 3 are on 14 under. Moore and Towndrow can just relax for a few moments and see how Callum Fife fares down the last. And what about Neil Fennick? He could pop this in and get involved in the playoff himself.
Well, he could. He's done the first protocol. Great drive. Coming in from about 120 yards out. Can spin this one. Oh, and does. What a shot. Only 4 feet away from being in the playoff as well there, Phil.
And it's a playoff that might not have Callum Fife. A catastrophic drive on 18.
From our vantage point over on the other side of the fairway, we saw Fife's ball. It came in somewhere around here, but as you can see, it is very thick vegetation. Even if he can find it, he'll probably have to take an unplayable. But that finding it's a big if right now.
Back on the tee, Scott, Fife has just uttered the 2 words every pro golfer hates to say: provisional ball.
Yeah, not what he's looking for. Absolute disaster at the final hurdle. That's more like it. That's what he wanted first time around.
Now, come on, Neil. Finish with a birdie here at 18. And that gets you to 13 under. 1 shy. That'll be a good performance. Come on, up the hill. Yes, well done, my friend. Look at that. The 3 bogeys on the card. 4 under par, round of 69, 13 under. Playing with his friend Billy Hemstock and co.
Now here's Fife. 4th shot after losing the tee shot into the gorse.
He's got to hold it, Scotty. He's got to hold it.
Yeah, straight at it. You can see his mind must be scrambled.
And he's not the only one. Sam Locke has encountered problems on this hole as well.
Yeah, the only place you can't go is left. Now this for a bogey 5 to finish 1 outside the clubhouse leaders. No, it's not over yet.
Yeah, this could prove very costly though for the players. Come on, I want another biscuit. That's what that dog's saying. Now come on, Locke for bogey. Kid's looking on over there on the right hand side, getting inspired. Want to see this go in.
Now it's been a catalogue of errors. Up 18 for Locke and Fife, and a big learning curve for the boys. Look at that, 3 shots gone in the last 3 holes for a level par round of 73, and finishing 3 shots outside what looks like the playoff score.
But their issues have put more money in the pockets of Marco Penge.
They have indeed. They have indeed. Now Marco slightly off the right hand side. Might just fare off to the right. It does. It's a bit of a soft double breaker, that putt. Right to left, left to right, but that's around 12 under. total for around a 71, 2 under par on the final day. Oh, there's a dynamic duo there. John there just looking on in his blue shorts and a bit of a pinky top. Now Fife for his double bogey at the last. Oh, what a way to finish. That is just make the journey home in the car so much rougher. And look at that dreadful 7 up the last to finish 11 under par total. Ooh.
The two Scots literally at 6s and 7s on the last. Fife's 18th could hardly have been more expensive. Parry and Fenwick came up just short, but Towndrow and Moore must retrace their steps to the 18th tee, where the big man from Southport will be the first to tee off.
And here he is, out with the driver. Just needs a repeat of what he did a few moments ago. Get it in play. That's the key with this match play situation. And he's done that. Go on, get back on the fairway.
John, you've been in a playoff on the PGA Tour. What does it feel like?
Well, nerves are jangling, mono a mono. I didn't get into the match play scenario. I kind of stuck to my own game. I wish I got into the old match play scenario of it all, just looking at my man in the eye and saying, come on then, I'm going to take you out, but I didn't. He had the better of me. That was Mark Hensby. Oh my goodness, clitter clatter, into the buggy we go.
Well, he's gone with a 3-wood, same as he did in regulation play, and just dragged it with a draw.
Well, you don't win golf tournaments without getting a slice of luck, and Bradley Moore has had an absolutely huge one. He's hit his tee shot over here into the thick left rough, but what a lie he has pulled. He can get down to the back of the ball, nice clean contact, and at 152 yards into the pin, he can actually still attack it from here. Towndrow, on the other hand, over on the other side of the fairway, much further up, a better angle, so it is advantage Towndrow, but this could have been so much worse for Moore.
Yeah, it's an incredible piece of luck, John. Can he make the most of it?
Well, you got to say, he's got every opportunity now. Nice clean lie. Sounds like a good strike. Might be just bailing out to the right here. Won't be surprised, and he has done. And that's a great shot. He'll be counting his lucky stars.
Basically, the buggy has prevented a bogey, unless he 3-putts.
You're right there, Phil. Just seeing that gouge that one out, I mean, the pressure was off. I mean, he must have walked up to that and gone, oh my goodness, how lucky am I?
Now here, a moment for Sean Towndrow. Perfect lie, great angle. Can he fire one like a dart at the flag? He can. Come on, grip. Yeah, wonderful shot.
Under the pressure, John, you have to be impressed with the rhythm of that swing.
Yeah, very good. You can get very short, very fast, come out of it, have a little quick look as well to see where it's going, and yeah, you're all out of sorts, but this is a big putt for Moore.
Well, you know, he putted from this side in regulation, and it just hung out on the right edge. And that one is doing the same. It's a good effort from that range. Puts the pressure on Towndrow to have to make his.
Yeah, well, this is downhill, and it wants to feed off to the right-hand side. It's an awkward putt, this one, to Reed. He's had a good look. He's liking it. He's got it. It's the winner. Birdie's the first playoff hole, Phil.
With what he's overcome in recent years, Scott, quite a story.
Yeah, amazing. To be victorious over cancer, now victorious on the EuroPro Tour is incredible.
Sean, congratulations. You just won the PentaHotels Championship. How do you feel?
Shocked. Sort of just unbelievable, really. Just sort of been making swing changes and all sorts, and everything just sort of came together again this week. It was nice, and I can't believe I just done that on the last. Just, yeah. Incredible.
It was an incredibly dramatic final round. How aware were you of the charges that were going on around you then when people were dropping back?
I had no idea. Me and Brad had such a good day. Obviously, we played together today, and we sort of just, well, we were to and fro all day together, and sort of just kept my eye on him, really. And it's a shame one of us had to lose because we both played so well. So.
From serious illness to golfing triumph, the PentaHotels Championship has produced a tearjerker, with Sean Towndrow being crowned champion, lifting the trophy and receiving a first prize of £10,000. Thanks to that, Towndrow vaults all the way to 6th in the race to Desert Springs, just outside the promotion zone. Still number 1 though, having stretched his lead with a 4th straight top 5 result, Richard Mansell. Until next time and the Nokia Masters at Mannings Heath, it's goodbye.